Friends, Romans, peasants, lend me your browsers, and I will regale you with creative commentary for the Bard Film 10-year anniversary Halloween movie introspective. This time we're talking about 2005 movie Haunted by Evanescence. This was an interesting one for me. I was in the middle of my arms race against myself to constantly outdo my other movies. Halloween, Christmas, all the way into nothingness. Whatever that means. This one basically came to me as I was driving home from work one day. I was listening to the song Haunted by Evanescence, and it just struck me as I was listening to it, man, this could really work as a Halloween video. It had some really nice visual stimulus in it that really kind of got my creative brain going, and I proceeded to listen to it probably 80 to 90 times over the next month and storyboarding it in my mind, and then I'd come home and I'd draw it out and I'd put it together and then I'd storyboard it some more, and then I eventually created the final product. One of the things I would say in general about it is that it got about halfway to where I wanted it, but I can't say it was a complete vision. 2006 was the closest that I think I came to achieving what I set out to do. From start to finish, looking back and saying, this is perfect. But were it not for this video in 2005, 2006 as somebody's watching me would never have come about. So I'm very happy with this, and I'm very proud of what it turned out to be. So I'm going to pull up my little control panel here, and we will start the movie. Like all the other films, I like the concept of starting it out vague. You start out with the moon, you're like, man, what's coming next? What is it? What is it? And then you get the reveal of, hey, it's a band. One of the problems I actually had to come across was the skeleton guitarist. He really didn't do anything for the first minute because there's no guitar. So I can't have him strumming along on the guitar because there's nothing to do. So, like a lot of the humorous elements in my movies, I don't plan out all the jokes in advance. I actually don't plan out a lot of them. They're usually the result of some kind of problem that I encounter during the animation process. So in the skeleton's case, I didn't have anything for him to do, and he was just kind of sitting there. So I'm like, okay, how do I fix that? The same thing with the drummer. Although he never really ended up being funny, he's just kind of there. The black hair was something that I was happy with, but it was tough, and I would have liked to have done it a little better. Ironic, though, that I ended up marrying a girl with black hair, and I did not know Lauren at the time that I drew this. You can see little dude makes his cameo appearance. He shows up in all my Halloween films. I believe this may have been his first appearance. And this is something that I do a lot. I cut to kind of break up the monotony. One of the things that I wanted to do with this video was have all these different visual elements driving around, and with the amount of time it took me to create this one backdrop, I kind of realized I cannot make any others to this scale and actually have them at all work together cohesively. So I ended up saying, you know what, I'm just going to do one backdrop and I will zoom in and do things to kind of make it work. Here's another example of an ad hoc joke that I was like, okay, let me have the skeleton break his legs off. It just seemed really funny to me. The theme in general that I liked is the idea of her being pulled into the grave. You know, like the whole idea is like, you won't pull me down. I was like, let's just take that literally. Like literally there's somewhere between life, between death, and just being sucked into the pit of bodies. Dead bodies. Meanwhile, the guitar's still going. Let's see. A couple of the elements here make appearances in future films. The angel behind actually was originally from The Skeleton and the Rose. The scarecrow in the background will show up in 2006, 2007, And maybe that's it. I'll have to pull him back in at some point. And then one of my favorite things from the movie is the very end. I like where the skeleton just collapses into a pile of bones. That was fun. So this was 2005. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully this was not completely worthless, because that would make me feel very, very bad. I might even cry. So sad. Why doesn't anyone like it?